continue class 11 physics chapter number 2, that is units and measurement. In this video we are going to cover the topic significant figures, or we can also call it as significant digits. Right? Now see, this is of the chapter about the units and measurement. Measurement, that means whenever we are taking the measurement of any physical quantity, right? We have studied about the units, that when you take the measurement of the physical quantity, along with that the unit is also important, right? So for the same, the number is also important. When we are taking the measurement, that means what? If I say I want to take the length of this chalk, right? Then when I take the measurement with the help of some instrument, let us say it as scale, right? Then what will be the measurement? Its length will be what? Its length will be certain number and its unit, right? Let us say that its length is 2.53 centimeter. So that 2.53, that is the number, in centimeter that is the unit. So when we take the measurement, the number as well as the unit is important to signify its measurement, right? So then and only then we can consider the measurement, right? It truly gives the exact measurement. Now see, here we are going to learn about the significant figures. That means what? As I have already said, that when we are taking the length, the numbers that includes, that number is called as significant figures, right? The numbers in the measurement of any physical quantity is called significant figures, or it can also be called as significant digits. Digit, that means whatever number we are having, all the digits that is included in that, that is called as significant digits. So we call it as significant figures or significant digits, right? Now see, whenever we are getting the significant figures, right, whatever number that we are getting, now we will be calling it as the significant figures. In that significant figures, whatever number you are getting, that number includes certain digits as well as uncertain digits. That is, the number, that last digit is called as uncertain digit, and all the digits in front of that, it is called as certain digit. As for example, I have already taken this as the length of the chalk, right? That is what, if I say it as 2.63 centimeter, right? These 2, 6 and 3, this is called as what? It is called as significant figures, right? So here, significant figures or significant digits are 3. And which are the 3 significant digits? That is 2, 6 and 3. We are having, in these numbers, in these significant figures, we are having 3 digits. And these 3 digits, so we call it as 3 significant digits, 2, 6 and 3. But here 2.63, here we are having 3 digits, so the last digit, that is called as uncertain digit. This is called as uncertain digit. And the rest numbers, the rest digits, that is the 2 and 6, these is called as certain digit, right? So significant figures is nothing but, or significant digits, it contains digit, right? Let us take another example. Suppose I want to find the periodic type of the simple pendulum. Right? And the first observation I am getting is, let me say it as 1.53 second. Right? This is the measurement I am getting, the periodic time of the simple pendulum. So 1.53, here how many digits I am having? I am having 3 digits. So significant digits over here are 3, right? Because I am having 3 digits, 1, 5 and 3. But here 1 and 5, they are called as certain digits, and this 3 is called as uncertain digit. Whenever we are taking the number, the last digit is considered to be as the uncertain digit, and rest of the digits in front of that is considered as the certain digits. So I can say here, see, we are having 3 digits, that are 1, 5 and 3. But 1 and 5 are called as certain digits, and the last digit, that is the 3, is uncertain digit. Right? So I hope it is clear. Whenever we are taking the measurement, that measurement includes the numbers as well as unit along with that. Right? So the numbers that we are having, all the digits that we are having in that number, it is called as significant digits, or we call it as significant figures. So we can say the numbers in the measurement of any physical quantity is called significant figures or significant digit. Now when we are taking the significant digits, in that number the last digit is considered as the uncertain digit, and all the numbers, all the digits in front of that, rest of that digits are called as certain digits. So we can say the significant digits includes certain digits plus one uncertain digit. You must remember that the uncertain digit that we are taking, that is the last number. Right? Why we call it as uncertain digit, that we will be seeing when we will be finding the rules for that. Right? So for now you should just know that in the digits we are having certain digits plus the last digit that we are having, that is the uncertain digit. So students, you may note down this definition, and as it is not that important, but you should know what is significant digit, also called as significant figures, and just note down this 2 examples so that it is clear which digits are to be considered as certain and which digits are to be considered as uncertain. After that, we will be seeing the rules for the significant figures. Now let us see the rules of determining the significant digits. All the non-zero digits are significant. Now see, in the significant digits, if all the numbers are non-zero, right, that is any number between 1 and 9, right, that numbers are significant digits. As for example, if I take 2, 6, 1, 5, right, here you can see in these digits, right, 2, 6, 1 and 5, all these digits, all these 4 digits are non-zero digit, right. So all these 4 digits are to be considered as the significant digits. So for these number 2, 6, 1, 5, which are all non-zero, I can say that the number of significant digits are 4. Here I am having the significant digits as 4. That is 2, 6, 1 and 5. As for example, if we take another example, that is 1, 5, 9. Right? All these three digits contains what? It contains non-zero digit 1, 5 and 9. So I can say significant digits are 3 because I am having 3 digits and they are non-zero digits. So I can consider all these 3 as the significant digits, which are they? They are 1, 5 and 9. These 3 are the significant digits. So the first rule is that all the non-zero digits are considered to be the significant digits. Second rule, all the zeros between 2 non-zero digits are significant. All the zeros between 2 non-zero digits are significant. As for example, if we take 2, 3, 0, 0, 1, 8, right? Here the zeros, all the zeros between 2 non-zero digits, that is the zeros is between 3 and 1. So these zeros between 2 non-zero digits are considered as significant. That means we need to consider that digit as the part of that number, right? So for these numbers we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 digits. So for this example, for these numbers I can write significant digits are 6. In these numbers we are having 6 significant digits and they are 2, 3, 0, 0, 1 and 8. Here see, we are having 0 twice. That does not mean we need to consider it for the one time. Here we are considering both the zeros, all the zeros between the non-zero digit as the significant. So we need to consider these two zeros. So here we can say for these number 6 significant digits are there and they are all the 6, that is 2 is significant, 3 is significant, this 0 is significant, this 0 is significant, 1 is significant and 8 is significant. So this is the second rule, all the zeros between 2 non-zero digits is considered to be significant. Now third rule, that is for a number without decimal point, all the trailing zeros are not significant. For a number without a decimal point, right? That means we are having a number where we are not having the decimal point. For that number, all the trailing zeros are not significant. So let us consider a number without any decimal point. That is 1, 2, 7, 0, 0. Right? For this number is not having any decimal point and here we are having the trailing zeros. Right? So these trailing zeros are not these number we are not considering the trailing zeros. Trailing zeros, that means the zeros which are at the end, right, at the terminal. So that zeros we are not going to consider. So for this number, the significant digits are 3. Although in this number you can see we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 digits are there, but as per the rules, the trailing zeros in a number without decimal point. This number does not contain any decimal point, and we are having the zeros at the end. So we will not be considering the zeros as significant. These two are not significant. That means only these 3 digits are significant. So we can say significant digits is 3. Here for this number, significant digits are 3 and they are 1, 2 and 7. Right? Why we are writing like this? Now see, suppose we take a number, right? Here I am taken the number as 12700 without any unit. But if I say, for example, I take 12 meter, right? If I want to write, I have written the length along with its unit, right? If the same number, if the same measurement, I want to write in some other unit, in some other system of unit, instead of meter, I want to take in the terms of centimeter, then the same measurement would be written as 1200 centimeter, right? If I want to write the same number in terms of millimeter, I can write it as 12000 millimeter, right? So here what happens is, because I am changing the unit, the zeros is following the number, right? So it is because of the unit the trailing zeros makes significant. So for these, when we are having a non-decimal point, right, a number with non-decimal point without any decimal point, then in that case these trailing zeros are not to be considered, because these zeros I have put over here because I am changing the unit. So what is important in this is the number, right? And the zeros that I am getting in these two cases, that is because of the change of the unit. So when we are taking a number without any decimal point, then the trailing zeros are not significant. So first you write down these 3 rules. First you copy down this, then we will be seeing the further rules. Now the fourth rule. For a number with decimal point, all the trailing zeros are significant. See, in the third rule we have seen that a number without decimal point, trailing zeros are not significant. Opposite to that, if you are having a number with decimal point, then all the trailing zeros are significant. As for example, we take 3.500. Let us take the unit, right? We take this measurement 3.500 centimeter. Now see, this number is with decimal point, and for a number with decimal point, all the trailing zeros are considered as significant. Trailing zeros, that means the terminal zeros, the zeros that are at the end of the number, right? So we are having two zeros over here at the end of the number. So these two zeros over here are significant. So because we are considering these as the significant, right, we need to consider these two digits. So the total digits over here are 3, 5, 0, 0. We are having 4 significant digits over here. So in this case, significant digits are 4 because we are considering the trailing zeros for the decimal point, number with the decimal point. So here 3, 5, 0 and 0. All these 4 digits are considered to be significant, right? So this is very important. Just don't get confused with that. A number without decimal point, trailing zeros are not significant. A number with decimal point, trailing zeros are significant. That means we need to consider that. Now, next rule is for a number less than 1, all the zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left of the first non-zero digit is not significant. If a number is less than 1, then all these zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left of the first non-zero digit, that is not significant. As for example, a number less than 1, that is, let us consider 0 point, right? 0, 0, 1, 2, 7. Now see, this number is less than 1 and according to the rule, all the zeros to the right of the decimal point. Here I am having the decimal point and after the decimal point I am having two zeros, right? All the zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left of the first non-zero digit. In this number, 1 is the first non-zero digit. So these two zeros are right to the decimal point and to the left of the first non-zero digit, that is 1. So this is not to be considered. It is not significant. So for this, significant digits are 3. That is 1, 2 and 7. Let us take another example, that is 0.0305. Right? Now see, first of all I need to see this number is less than 1 and according to this rule, the zero which is right to the decimal point and left to the first non-zero digit, that is here 3 is the first non-zero digit. So this 0 after point and before 3, this 0 is not significant. So these zeros are not to be considered. What we are having is 305. right of the decimal point and left to the first non-zero digit. So this is not significant, but this zero is between two non-zero digits. So this zero is to be considered. So it is significant. So for these number, significant digits are 1, 2 and 3. Three significant digits, that is 3, 0 and 5. So you will be getting such numbers where you need to apply 2 or 3 rules. So you need to remember all these rules. So this was about the first rule, which contained the 5 sub rules. So copy down this rule and the example as well. Now second rule. When measurement is represented with trailing zeros, its aim is to represent the measurement with more accuracy. When measurement is represented with trailing zeros, that means if you are having any measurement with trailing zeros, what is the aim? Its aim is to get that measurement with more accuracy, right? The measurement should be more accurate. So in that case, all the digits are significant, right? Now as for example, 4.700 meter, right? Taking this in terms of centimeter, it will be 470.0 centimeter. And if we write this in terms of millimeter, it will be 4700 millimeter. Right? Now see, here we can recall the rule that we have already studied. This number is with decimal point, and we have seen that for a number with decimal point, the trailing zeros are significant. So here we can see this is number with decimal point, and here I am having the trailing zeros, right? So these trailing zeros, these terminal zeros are to be considered. Over here also I am having a number with decimal point, and for a number with decimal point, the trailing zeros are to be considered, right? So I can say that when I want an accurate value, right, for any measurement to be accurate, then we need to consider the trailing zeros as the significant digits. So here I can say that the significant digits are 4. That is 4, 7, 0 and 0. Right? Now next rule, that is every measurement is reported in scientific notation. Every measurement is reported in scientific notation. That is, it should be every measurement that should be reported in scientific notation. Scientific notation, that means what? Whatever number you are writing, right, that should be written in terms of power of 10. For example, let us take 263.52 kg, right? This is the measurement, and as per the scientific notation, I should represent these measurements in terms of power of 10. That means whenever we are shifting this point, we should be taking only the first digit, and after that we should be putting the decimal point. So this can be written as 2.6352 into 10 raised to 2 kg, right? Here I have shifted the decimal point by 2, right? So the power of time, that will be 2. So as per the scientific notation, you should convert the number in terms of the power of 10. Now next rule. The best way to represent the measurement in scientific notation. Here also, to represent the measurement in scientific notation, we should follow 2 rules, right? There are 2 rules. First, for a number greater than 1 without decimal point, the trailing zeros are not significant. First rule that we should follow, that is, the number greater than 1 without decimal point, the trailing zeros are not significant. And for a number with this decimal point, for number with decimal point, trailing zeros are significant, right? For a number greater than 1 without decimal point, trailing zeros are not significant. For a number with decimal point, trailing zeros are significant. So these are the four rules. Now first copy down this, and then we will be seeing the next 2 rules. Now fifth rule. The digit 0 to the left of the decimal point is not significant. That we have already seen, right, in example. Example 0.12, right? The 0 which is to the left of the decimal point, it is not significant. Now, next rule, that is in multiplication, the measured value, if it is exact, then it can have infinite significant digits, right? Suppose we want to find radius, right? Radius is equals to d by 2, right? If we are having the value of d, suppose it is 2, let us say 2 centimeter, right? Then these can also be written as 2.0 centimeter, 2.00000 centimeter, and so on, right? So if we are having the exact value, right? If we are having the exact value, that is 2 without any fraction, not the fractional number but the exact number, then that can have infinite significant digits. Here we can write 2, here we can write 2.0, here we can write 2.000, and so on. So for the multiplication, if we are having the measured value is the exact number, it can have infinite significant digits. Now, last rule, that is in division. If the denominator has fixed value, then it can have infinite significant digits, right? Suppose we are finding the periodic time, right? And we know that periodic time is equals to T upon n, that is for the number of oscillations. Then here n, that is taken as the denominator. If this denominator is of the fixed value, then we can have the values as the infinite significant digits. The number that we will be getting, that will be having the infinite significant digits. So this was about the significant figures, also called as significant digits, right? And the rules for the significant digits. In these rules, the first rule that consisted the 5 sub-rules, that is mainly important. So here the topic is over. You may note down these rules.